AI music is flooding the internet right now, and it's already making it harder for producers to stand out everywhere. Now, it's threatening social media marketing. It is also threatening our royalty pool, and sync licensing might not be immune. So after watching how labels, music supervisors, and tons of lawsuits are actually reacting to what's going on, I'll share my predictions for where this could possibly lead and how it can affect sync licensing.
Every time new tech comes along, people say it's the end for all artists. Printing presses, cable TV, even social media, streaming, but every time it's the real storytellers that cut through still.
To show you what I mean, check out this chart. On the left, there's worst case scenario, Terminator vibes. AI takes over, nobody gets paid, loss of everything. On the right side, it's going to show the dream, where the law actually catches up, AI gets reined in, and real music producers and indie artists thrive. Now, based on these things, let's go into detail on what could actually happen. Let's start with the worst case scenario first. Deezer says about 18% of daily uploads right now are full AI tracks. That's over 20,000 robot songs every single day. And get this, about 70% of those streams are probably fake bots in the first place, pocketing royalty money meant for real artists like you. Independent creators are already starting to see fewer streams, fewer placements, and less sync traction as their music gets drowned. This could be what possibly happens based off this data. Behind the scenes, also, brands and content companies are trying to use AI-made clips to scale ads as fast as possible and as cheap as possible with no human checks, just production level quality. This kind of thing could actually push you off playlists, slash your sync income, and also kill your royalties. Worst case scenario, no more placements, no more pay for people like us. But this is a worst case scenario, and it's not guaranteed. The thing is, most producers are sitting around waiting to see what happens instead of actually adapting. But the smart ones, they're trying to figure out a way to shift their strategy when it comes to sync licensing. This is the actual sentiment for every business because you want to try to cut costs and make as much money as possible. It's understandable on one side, but on the other side, you're taking money out of a lot of careers in a sense. Again, worst case scenario. By the way, if you want to see real strategies producers are using to fight back, like AI poisoning and things of that nature, and get your hands on how to actually figure out your next move, check the link in the description. We got a private community where we break this kind of stuff down due to trends, tactics every week. But don't hit the panic button because you can shift this. Let's flip to the best case scenario now. A music supervisor actually told me last week that for now, no end clients will go near AI music at all. It's just too risky. It's a lawsuit waiting to happen. You see what's going on with Suno and Udio at the moment with record labels. She also told me that she's trying to keep her thumb on the artist creation side as much as they can. Recording Academy CEO Harvey Mason also said AI is here, but it can't replace emotional depth. We got to make stuff that computers can't. And 9 times out of 10, the people that are actually making the music are still making better quality stuff when they're actually making it from a DAW instead of trying to describe it via text.
Music supervisors might not always say it out loud, but they can actually feel the difference. Just like how some people can spot an authentic painting from the fake. They know when that track has that human fingerprint.
Here's the other legal kicker that could happen. Fully AI generated music we know already can't be copyrighted, which means that it can't be licensed for sync licensing yet. So robot songs, all that kind of stuff is already blocked from the market. But as AI noise starts to flood catalogs, the value of actual human crafted, story rich, legally cleared music, the value of it is going to skyrocket.
So in the AI flood, your realness is actually your lifeboat.
That means that your tracks, as long as they have your performance, your story, your style, and it's legally cleared, it's sync gold. We're actually doing a deep dive on this stuff at Shades of Sync this year. Make sure you grab your tickets. Link is going to be in the description. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of peace of mind that ownership is still the biggest and most valuable thing when it comes to our music creation, and we can still monetize off of it through sync licensing. Because as the Copyright Office has already mentioned, you cannot own something that is fully generated by AI music. You need a substantial amount of human intervention in order for it to actually count as something that you own. So focus on that human element, and you're not just going to be surviving, you're going to start winning actually more often. That's the best case scenario. So here's the game plan of what we're going to do to make sure that we are landing more sync deals more often despite what's going on with AI. My prediction is that as AI noise starts to get louder and louder, music supervisors won't trust fast, cheap robot tunes. It's just not in their nature, and they don't want to get in trouble for it. But they will choose human created, legally cleared, emotionally charged music like yours every single time. But here's the thing, just knowing this opportunity exists isn't enough. You need to start positioning yourself strategically before everyone catches up. So here's your 4-step plan to capitalize on the shift right now that's happening. First, we're going to implement using AI as an assistant rather than a replacement. So using it for rough song structure, structure, basic arrangements. Then you actually record everything with your own performance and add live elements. This is going to make your track sync safe legally while keeping the human emotion that music supervisors want. Doing this can also help with production style in general, because now you can actually ask this assistant on what was used during specific eras of music. I do this all the time when it comes to recording vocals in the style of a Beastie Boys or something like that. What gear did they use? And it puts me in the right place so that I can actually emulate that in my own songs. Second thing, document everything as human created. Labels like UMG and Sony are developing AI detection software already while fighting these legal battles over the rights that AI scraped off the internet. This is the risk of using unclear music, especially when it spits out something that it can't verify if it's the same or not. Musicologists, I also predict, are going to start getting paid a lot more for what they do. Make sure you record all your own parts and keep detailed metadata showing that everything that you own is 100% yours. No gray areas, because it could easily kill a sync deal a lot faster. Third thing, clearly label your submissions. Platforms like Deezer and YouTube are already tagging AI tracks with detection tools, content ID, and stuff like that. And music supervisors are getting very, very cautious, as mentioned before. So in your pitches and in your metadata, explicitly say human-made music. I guarantee you it's going to help them know that you're thinking future forward and that you're super legally safe to work with. And fourth thing, you want to make sure you're emphasizing emotion and dynamics. People can still tell the difference between AI tracks and stuff that's made by a human due to how flat and robotic it sounds at the moment, which means dynamics are going to be a huge thing. Giving your tracks dynamic builds, expressive timing changes, and really cool ear-catchy anchor hooks.
If you want to be bulletproof when it comes to your stamp in this industry, understand where your music fits. The more you own that lane of sound, the less any algorithm can actually copy you. So if you're thinking, what's the point getting into sync now because of AI? That fear is normal, but history says that it's not the end.
These 4 strategies for me right now are working quite well, but the landscape is constantly changing, which means that the producers that adapt the quickest are going to win the biggest.
I recently talked to a representative in the marketing department of a Fortune 500 brand, and something really stuck out is that brands don't want just any track. They want music that helps tell their story, spark emotion, and AI can't fake that sound.
But there's one critical piece missing, because most music producers read briefs that they get from music supervisors completely wrong. They miss hidden details and signals that determine which tracks actually get chosen versus the ones that get ignored. So in this video here, I'll show you how to decode any sync brief and spot the keywords that music supervisors use to filter tracks so you can start landing more sync deals.